Welcome everyone, back with the latest time trial video, where I go through my best lap and show you if I'm able to get gold driving in automatic. And hopefully show other drivers who attempt this in automatic that if I was able to be fast enough, then it can be done. Sometimes, I'm not fast enough, or the elite drivers make the gold target out of reach, and I'll have to switch to manual. I'll showcase those laps in these videos as well. I do all my driving on controller, and in time trials, I drive with assists on, which are countersteering, ASM, ABS, and traction if needed. I'm also using the braking area, apex markers, and chasing one of the leader's ghost. The second part of this video will be the chase cam view, so you can see the full position of the car through turns as I'm driving. With all that being said, let's jump right into the lap and show you how I did. This time trial is Group 1 cars at Le Mans. I'm in the Toyota Hybrid, which is the meta car for this event. My traction is at 1 and ABS on weak. Turn early here. First major turn is this chicane. I use the first red bar of the area, or you can use this white paint on the wall. I let off as I pass over the last bar, back on the throttle at the apex. Then stay on the gas through the next section, only going down to about 50% power, until I can go full. And go full into here, keeping it flat out into the next turn. For this one, again I'm braking before the first red bar, or you can use this building in the distance. I let off around the end of the third last bar, immediately back on the throttle and swinging the car to the left. And you want to try to keep the car from dropping to third gear. Heading into the Mulsanne straight, I ended up tapping the brake a slight bit too early at the middle of the two red bars. I should have started at the top of the first red bar. I didn't get a good inside line like the Ghost did, so I had to get on the power later, but this lap still worked out in the end. This lap has two more shorter stretches than the Mulsanne, so I'll be fast forwarding through those ones as well. Here I'm braking at the start of the curb, which is about halfway through the first red bar. I let off at the last red bar as it fades away, coast a quick second, then gradually back on the throttle till I can go full. I had to correct a little oversteer, which definitely cost me time, but again, this lap worked out in the end. Bypassed the first braking zone swinging hard to the right, then I used the end of the curb which is right at the end of the first red bar. I let off passing over the last bar and back on the throttle right away while swinging hard to the left. For this right, I'm braking quite early. I used the first red bar, but you can also use this sign on the grass. I let off a few meters after the last bar, and back on the throttle quickly at the apex at about 50% power until I can go full out. Here I use the second red bar, or you can use this Goodyear sign. I let off passing over the second last bar, cutting to the right hard, leading to this section that you can keep it flat out, or lift if needed. For this turn, I use this tree as it hits the edge of the screen, which is right at the end of the first red bar, let off quickly at the second last bar, and I start fluttering the gas around the turn. For this left, I'm braking early, using this area where the track changes to grass, and I'm just lifting through here. You have to turn early, earlier than it feels, so be ready for that quick swing to the left. Here at the final chicanes, I start braking early, just before the first red bar starts to appear. I let off just before the second last bar and right back on the throttle going over the curbs. Then quick on the brake, braking early, well before the first red bar. I use this section of the wall and track as it almost passes off screen. I let off before the second last bar, let it coast over the curbs with a really quick tap of the gas before I hit the first one. This lap was only good enough to shave off a fraction from my previous record for a 3:10.125, still keeping me just over a full second faster than the gold target time I was hoping to get into the 309s, but this should be good enough. Now I leave you with the chase cam view. Hope this video can help all my fellow automatic drivers get themselves that gold. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you, and see you in the next video.